Hi, my friend. In this video, we're going to be arranging a tech house song in the style of HUGEL. And we're going to find out if we can arrange a song completely in under 15 minutes using a reference track and an arrangement track. So right now, this is a look at the project file that we'll be working on inside of Ableton Live. And there's a couple things I want to draw your attention to first before we really get into this. First is that you can see right here where my mouse is kind of hovering, we have the Diplo and HUGEL song Stay High featuring Julie Church. So if I press the S button, it'll solo out. So this is the original tune. And if I press S again, this is the remake that I created. So what I was able to do was by dropping that song into this track, not only was I able to figure out the layers of this track, which we did in previous videos, I was also able to create an arrangement track at the top here. So at the top, you can see this arrange area. What I used was empty MIDI clips to just write out all the different sections of the song. So when changes are, so when the sub comes in, when the intro is, when there's a break, when there's a drop, all those kind of ideas are easily mapped up for quick reference thanks to this arrangement track. The next thing that I want to go over is that this arrangement track also helps to really understand song structure in that there are usually macro transitions and micro transitions. So the macro transitions are larger changes that happen every 16 to 32 bars. So think of the intro is going into the sub. That's a macro change because the bass is coming in and a bunch more elements are getting added. You also might see that as a macro change is the breakdown or the build-up going into the drop. Those larger changes are macro changes where there's very obvious that something's changing. You can even see that as like a verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Those are macro changes. The next thing that we will be going over as well is micro transitions. So these occur usually every 8 to 16 bars, and these are much smaller things. So this might be the kick being removed for just 8 bars, and then in the second 8 bars, the kick comes in, or a small amount of drum layers are being added or taken away, or synth layers are being added and taken away. And another thing also that's really big about micro transitions is maybe every 8 bars or so, you can see right here, there's like a reverse white noise riser, or maybe every 8 bars there's a crash or a reverse crash. These small little effects and ear candy can also really help create the micro transition as well. So with that said, this did take me about 15 minutes to recreate and then also actually arrange. And I'm gonna show you how you can do that super quickly too. And if finishing songs faster in general is something that you feel like you need help with, I've also made an ultimate song finishing toolkit. It includes the 5-step song finishing ebook, as well as a collection of samples, presets, and Ableton racks that I use in every single one of the songs I make. And that's how I'm able to finish songs super quickly. So this example of this tune took me about 7 days, really only 4 sessions or so, and about 3 or 4 hours. And these things will help you finish songs faster as well. There's also a third extra special gift, but you're gonna have to see that for yourself. So if you want that, check it all out. You can visit the link that's in the description or on screen right now to grab all that for free. So with that said, let's get back to the video. All right. So now what we're gonna do is a playthrough of this entire track, and I'm gonna be calling out all the changes that are gonna be happening. So right now we are in the intro section. This is 16 bars of the intro. What we have going on here is the kick. The kick has been, has some of the lows filtered out right now. And we have these little risers and reverse crashes about to go into the next section, which is about to be 16 bars of where the sub kicks in. That was a macro transition. What we have now is the kick has been fully added, so there's no more of it, lows being removed. The sub bass has kicked in. You can hear definitely that a pad has been introduced as well. So now we are in the second half of the sub. So what was added was that Congo loop. So that's adding some micro transitions, some changes, variety, and we're going into first break. So for this break, we had some kind of reverse sounds, swishes going into it and out of it. And we've removed the kick to drop the energy. And this is going to be a short 8-bar break into the sub coming back in. We have little lasers going into that section. And now the kick is back in. We also added a ride, so it's a little bit different. There's more energy building from the previous section. and this is going to go into another break. You can hear. At this point, added in some vocals from the Supremes. Awesome tune, awesome sample. So at this point, the kick is still there, but the auto filter is removing a bunch of the lows. And this structure is from the HUGEL track. So they have, it's the 16 bars plus 8, so whatever that would be, 24 bars of a break, a little different. And then we also have the 909 roll coming in, the vocals being chopped up and echoed. Going to the next drop. Cool. So now that we're in the first real drop, the main difference is that we do have this kind of repeating vocal pattern in, slowly fading away. And we're using a lot of these reverse crashes and lasers every 4-8 bars or so to create interest and change. We have a micro transition here, kick gets removed, kick comes back in. So now in the second half, so the first 16 bars of the drop were without vocals, the second half with the next 16 bars include the vocals. Slowly adding in more of the elements. We're going into a big break. So removed all the drums so that it sounds different. A lot of the we're trying to have contrast from the other sections of the song. And we have this piano kind of element being added in. First 8 bars are finished, so we added in these snare claps. And the first 16 bars are about to finish, so we're going to make another change after this 8-bar section. We've added the kick that has the lows removed, and we also added the subs and the bass with the lows removed as well. 909 roll is slowly building up the energy. That was another 8 bars. We have only, it's a weird small cut. That's how it is done in the HUGEL song, you can see here, so I follow that. So it's going to go to like a little pause into the final drop. So the final drop, usually what I'll try to do is add something. So you can hear that like synth note. Singing it terribly. I think it's just this kalimba here. I just pitched up some sounds, moved them up. Okay, so that was the first 16 bars of the drop. Now we're gonna have a little micro transition by removing the kick. And now we're going into the build down, 16 bars of a build down. The idea here is to slowly reduce the energy. If you look at it as if the first half of the tune, we're slowly building up the energy to each drop. And then once that final drop hits, we're gonna slowly build down the energy and then get to an outro so the song can be mixed out by a DJ. We're gonna have a little reverse crash and lasers into the last bit. Micro transition with the kick being removed. And now just 16 bars of an outro. So what we have here is the kick playing. Most of the drums are playing, hi-hats, claps, snares. We removed that open hi-hat, and a few of the synth elements are playing through this section as well. I'm just gonna ride this out for the last 16 bars. And yeah, I've been Matt from Best Friends Club, and you've been the best. Hopefully this will give you a solid idea of how you can arrange your own songs super easily by creating arrangement tracks that are following a reference track of the tunes that you really like and want to sound like. And then you can easily just kind of arrange vertically, build your track down, get all of the layers, and then stretch that out over the course of the rest of the song, arrange the track horizontally. Hello again, my friend. Hopefully you found that video useful. If you'd like to follow along yourself with the 5-step song finishing checklist, there will be a link in the description below where you can get access to that completely for free, and it's going to help you finish your songs a lot faster and better than ever before. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, but really the best thing I can do for you is hook you up with that free checklist, so make sure you check that one. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.